Hello and welcome back to Hard Reset Info. In this video, I will show you how to fix microphone not working on Samsung Galaxy Tab S11. And let's begin! First of all, the problem with microphone is something very broad, like there is nothing specific in that question, so let's try to do a very simple diagnostic test first. But before we do that, there's one simple thing I want to tell you. If you have some sort of Bluetooth device connected, usually it's headphones, earbuds or something similar, they also have not only the speakers but also the microphone as well. Meaning that if you have a device connected, your microphone in your tablet is essentially just useless because you're not using it. Instead, you are using the microphone that is inside your Bluetooth settings in your Bluetooth device. So what you want to do is you want to expand the control center from the upper right corner and then disable the Bluetooth, just to make sure that you are not connected to any kind of device, because now we know that our audio isn't being routed. So now I can try to test my microphone again, but exactly how can we test it? One person would say that, hey, maybe we can call somebody, and yeah, we could, but it's also kind of a hassle. So instead, let's just use audio recorder, which can be found by default in the Samsung folder in here. Now there's some weird funny things here, we don't really care about AI stuff. What we want to do is we want to make sure that our voice recorder has the ability to record audio. This is very important, and we'll get into that later. And now we can perform a little diagnostic test. Now, what do I mean about diagnostic tests? Well, if your microphone isn't working, we can always just try to record some sort of audio recording. And for example, I will move my head just a little bit here. I know this is my nose. But you can also just move here, you can just talk directly to the microphone port. It doesn't really matter. But after doing that for a while, you can now save it and you can listen to it back. Now, after you have done that, you can, for example, tell if your microphone is maybe not working at all. Maybe it's way too quiet, maybe it's farting, maybe it's doing something else. After you know what exactly is wrong, you can then continue with actually Googling the exact reason and exact issues that you have, not this typical microphone isn't just working. However, if you have already done that and you kind of know why it's going on and what's happening, I can still give you some sort of very typical tips. And for example, we can just clean the microphone port. It's incredibly important that you do not use any kind of metallic tool. Like if you use, for example, a needle, then there is a very high chance that you just will break your microphone port even further if it's broken already. But you can use, I think, like toothbrush would be really nice, and a wooden toothpick at best, but you want to still be really careful with it, otherwise you also might damage it. And if you have already cleaned up your microphone port, you can always just restart your device. You can do that by expanding the control center from the top right corner and then clicking the power icon here and then restart. And thanks to that option, we now have the ability to restart everything on our device. And then everything should be rebooted, including the microphone as well. And also, as a final thing we can check, let's head into our settings. Let's go into security and privacy. Now let's scroll down into permissions. Let's start with permission usage, and we have our microphone. As you can see, only one application supports the microphone, has the ability to play the microphone. If you, for example, have troubles with, I don't know, Discord, and you're muted on Discord, you cannot do anything, you want to make sure that you actually have that the Discord have permissions to use your microphone. The same thing with basically every other application that supports calling. And anyway, that's all for this video. If you found it useful, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.